Hey Nutritarians, I wanted to show you what it looks like to make a Nutritarian meal, actually multiple meals. This is the food I'm going to prepare for the entire day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I'd like to show you what it looks like along with a full G-bomb. So first I'll just show you prep. Here I've got my veggies laid out. Got mushrooms, two kinds, crimini and maitake, some cauliflower, and I'll have some squash and my leek for my onions. And by the way, let me show you a cool way to wash leeks. You can just cut it in half, because a lot of times you get dirt sort of in the leaves. So when you cut it in half like that, you can wash it and get all the dirt out, so you don't have to crunch sand when you're eating your leeks. So once you wash it like that, you just slice it up, like that. So anyways, so I'm going to make my skillet, and I use carrot juice to cook it up. $3.99 from Trader Joe's. It's a great deal. You can make your own, and if you have time and energy, but this is a nice, easy way to do it. So what I'm going to do is chop up my veggies, cook it up in the skillet, and then I'll get back to you and show you the rest of my meal. Okay, that took about 30-40 seconds to chop everything up and throw it in the pot. And here we have my skillet ready to cook up. Got my eggplant, some little red peppers for color, asparagus, mushrooms, cauliflower for your cruciferous, love that cruciferous, and every good thing with carrot juice. And I'm just going to cook that up, and while that's cooking, I'll show you about my green drink. Okay, so now let's look at my green drink, and this is what I have for breakfast. I usually don't like to just sit down and eat because I don't like to eat first thing. So I take my breakfast with me. I call it meal in a bottle. So I start with some carrot juice and pour a little of that in the container. And then I take some Ticino and cacao blend. Ticino, my favorite, is vanilla nut, and this is an herbal blend. It's roasted figs and barley, chicory, almonds, natural vanilla extract, and it's an excellent, they call it herbal coffee. I haven't had coffee in like 20 years, so I don't know if it's anything like coffee. But it's a nice hearty brew. It's really satisfying and tastes great, and there's no caffeine. And we mix that with an equal amount of cacao powder. Cacao powder comes from the cacao bean, and that's all it is. And it's highly, highly nutritious. It's got lots of antioxidants. Furman talks about it. I think he even sells one. But it's excellent, and it's a good combo with the Ticino. So we make those up. We take about 2 scoops of each in our big French press and let that soak really about 5 minutes or so. It's ready to go. And so we make a big batch of it and store it in a container so we have plenty. So anyway, I'm going to use half carrot juice and half of my Ticino cacao blend. And do close to about half the container. That all goes in the blender. If you have a Vitamix, the Vitamix is the world's best blender. So throw some frozen banana in there. I like them real thick. And then for my greens, Trader Joe's is your best friend when it comes to greens. And one of my favorite greens for the green drink is the power to the greens. It's got kale, chard, and spinach. And I just use the whole package. This is 5 ounces. I just throw the whole thing in there. So I'm going to blend that up. Actually, it blends up a little easier if you do about half at a time. So I'll throw some in. Come over to the Vitamix here. Get the rest, pour that in. And then for the final touch, so you can get my seeds and nuts with my greens, because remember, if you eat seeds and nuts with your greens, your body absorbs 10 times the amount of nutrients. So, okay, so I've measured out my ounce of seeds and nuts for the day, and I'll throw a few of those into my green drink. And I don't like to blend those up too much, I like a little extra crunch. So I'll just throw a little handful of those in, and then I'll use the rest later in the day to go with my salad and my lunch. That's a little handful. Give it another quick blend, and that's ready to go. While that's finishing up, let me just show you what the skillet's looking like. So this is almost done, and what I'll do with that is put that on top of my salad, so this becomes my salad dressing. So just for carrying purpose, I have a little canning jar that I put my seeds and nuts in and take that with me when I go. Okay, for the next part of my lunch, I'm going to assemble my salad greens. What I have here are some chopped up bok choy, and if you look at the Andy scores, they're incredibly high. So I'll throw some of that in. I've got some romaine heart, and you can buy a package of romaine hearts at Trader Joe's. I ate some of it just plain last night. The rest I'll throw in my salad today. And then I've got some mustard greens, which add a nice little kick. So I'll just chop those a little bit and throw all that in. Mix it up some. Now at campus I have a big wooden salad bowl that I'm going to eat all this in. I'll show you that when I make my lunch. I like to add a few raisins. Just a little handful. Whoops. And I also found this great little sprouted bean mix I get at my farmer's market. It's got peanuts and peas and mung beans. So I'm just going to throw a little handful of that in. Lots of nutrients, and plus adds a fun texture and makes it a little heartier. And then later when I eat too, I'll chop up some apple and throw that into my salad, and then on top. Okay, so that was breakfast and lunch is going to be really hearty, so I'll probably have a light dinner. And what I'm going to do is have some black rice that we've already made up in our rice cooker. By the way, give you a thumbs up, shout out for the rice cooker. This is a zoji rushi, which is Japanese, and it's fabulous. So we have a mix of black rice, wild rice, and a little bit of rye. So I'm going to scoop that into my bowl. And then add my berries to complete my G-bombs for the day. So I got some raspberries, some blueberries, and blackberries. And depending on fruit and season, you could add whatever other kind of fruit you want. And I will top that with either coconut water, which I can highly recommend. This particular brand is excellent. Or I might just add a little more Ticino with the cacao paste, or cacao powder. So that'll be dinner, and I'll add, if I need more, I've got a romaine heart in my fridge at work and some carrots, but usually that will do the trick. Okay, so here you have my food for the day. Got my dinner with remember I'm going to have a romaine heart with that. And my lunch, which is going to be this huge salad topped with this huge skillet, which has got just about every good thing. I'll have my seeds and nuts to put on top of both my salad and to have with my, my dinner. Apple to cut up, extra banana just in case I need a little something more. My green drink for breakfast, and a little coconut water to add to my dinner fruit salad. This is also a good brand, and we like this one. It has the pulp in it. I like little chunks. So I'm ready to go. See you soon.